Once upon a time, there was a woman named Elizabeth who had 3 children. Her oldest son, William, was tall and strong, with golden hair and bright blue eyes. Her daughter, Clara, was delicate and sweet, with soft brown hair and gentle green eyes. But her youngest child, James, was different. James had dark skin, curly black hair, and deep brown eyes. Elizabeth struggled to love James the way she loved her other children. She couldn't understand why he looked so different, and in her heart, she harbored resentment. Whilst she showered William and Clara with affection and care, she often ignored James, treating him as if he didn't belong. As the years passed, Elizabeth's resentment grew. She began to think that her life would be easier if James were not a part of it. One cold evening, she made a decision that would change everything. She took James for a walk, far from their home, and left him on a busy street corner in the city. She walked away quickly, never looking back. James, confused and scared, didn't understand why his mother had left him. He sat on the corner, shivering in the cold, tears streaming down his face. Hours passed, and the night grew darker. Just when he thought he would be alone forever, a car pulled up beside him. A kind woman named Margaret stepped out of the car. She was dressed elegantly, with a warm coat and a soft scarf. Margaret was a wealthy woman, but she had no children of her own. When she saw James sitting alone in the cold, her heart broke. She knelt beside him and asked, "Where is your mother, little one?" James, still crying, could only shake his head. Margaret wrapped him in her coat and took him into her car. She drove him to her large, beautiful home, where she gave him warm food and a cozy bed to sleep in. Margaret quickly grew to love James as her own son. She provided him with everything he needed: education, love, and a future full of opportunities. Under her care, James blossomed into a bright, kind, and confident young man. Years later, James learned the truth about what had happened that cold night. Though it hit him deeply, he also realized how lucky he was. His mother might have abandoned him, but it led him to a life filled with love and opportunity he never would have had otherwise. As for Elizabeth, she lived the rest of her life with regret, never able to forget the sons she had left behind. She often wondered what had become of James, but she never found out that he had grown up happy and loved in the care of someone who saw his true worth. Moral: sometimes, the love we need doesn't come from where we expect, but it can be found in the kindness of others. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a woman named Eleanor. Eleanor was a striking figure in the village, tall, with a proud posture and sharp, piercing eyes. She was known for her beauty, but also for her coldness. She had 3 children, each of whom she treated differently. Her eldest child, Samuel, was the apple of her eye. He was everything Eleanor had hoped for in a son: handsome, intelligent, and obedient. With his fair skin, sandy hair, and clear blue eyes, Samuel resembled Eleanor in many ways. Eleanor dated on him, ensuring that he always had the best of everything, from clothes to education. Her middle child, Elizabeth, was a quiet and gentle girl with soft brown hair and a shy smile. Eleanor cared for Elizabeth, though not as much as she did for Samuel. Elizabeth was often left to her own devices, playing in the garden or reading books by the fireplace. Eleanor would occasionally show her affection, but it was always measured, never as overflowing as what she gave Samuel. Then there was the youngest child, Thomas. Thomas was different from his siblings. He had dark skin, curly black hair, and deep brown eyes, traits that Eleanor couldn't understand. He didn't resemble her, nor did he resemble their father, who had passed away shortly after Thomas was born. Eleanor's heart, already hardened by grief, grew even colder toward Thomas. She couldn't bring herself to love him the way she loved her other children. As the years passed, Thomas grew up in the shadow of his siblings. Eleanor's indifference turned into disdain, and she often treated Thomas as if he were invisible. She rarely spoke to him, and when she did, it was in harsh, dismissive tones. Thomas, despite his mother's treatment, was a kind and gentle soul. He loved his brother and sister dearly and did everything he could to earn his mother's affection, but nothing he did seemed to make a difference. One day, when Thomas was about 10 years old, Eleanor made a decision that would alter the course of all their lives. She could no longer bear the sight of Thomas, convinced that his presence was a curse on the family. She decided to abandon him, believing that without him, her life would return to the way it was before, perfect and free of pain. Eleanor waited until a cold, grey evening when the village was shrouded in mist. She told Thomas they were going on a special trip, just the two of them. Excited to finally have his mother's attention, Thomas eagerly followed her. Eleanor led him far from the village, deep into the heart of the city, where the streets were busy and unfamiliar. Without a word, she left him there, disappearing into the crowd. Thomas wandered the streets, confused and frightened. He didn't understand why his mother had left him or where he was. He called out for her, but his voice was swallowed by the noise of the city. Hours passed, and the night grew colder. Thomas, exhausted and hungry, curled up on a doorstep, tears streaming down his face. As the night wore on, a man named M.R. Donovan happened to pass by. M.R. Donovan was a wealthy businessman, known throughout the city for his generosity and kindness. He was returning home from a long day of work when he noticed the small, shivering figure on the doorstep. Concerned, he approached and gently shook the boy's shoulder. "Are you lost, young man?" M.R. Donovan asked, his voice soft and kind. Thomas looked up, his eyes red from crying. I don't know where my mother is," he whispered. M.R. Donovan stared at the sight of the frightened child. He could tell that Thomas had been abandoned. Without hesitation, he scooped Thomas up in his arms and carried him to his car. "You're safe now," M.R. Donovan assured him. "I'll take care of you." Unexpected, M.R. Donovan brought Thomas to his large, luxurious home on the outskirts of the city. The house was grand, with tall ceilings, beautiful chandeliers, and rooms filled with warmth and light. Thomas had never seen anything like it. M.R. Donovan introduced Thomas to his wife, M.R.S. Donovan, who was just as kind-hearted as her husband. The couple had no children of their own, and they welcomed Thomas into their home with open arms. Over time, Thomas began to heal from the pain of his mother's abandonment. The Donovans treated him as their own son, providing him with everything he needed: education, love, and security. Under their care, Thomas flourished. He excelled in school, made friends, and discovered talents he never knew he had. He grew into a confident and compassionate young man, with a bright future ahead of him. Back in the village, Eleanor's life did not improve as she had hoped. In fact, it only grew worse. Without Thomas, the emptiness in her heart became unbearable. She thought that getting rid of him would bring her peace, but instead, it brought her nothing but regret and guilt. Samuel and Elizabeth, noticing their mother's growing sadness, tried to comfort her, but it was no use. Eleanor couldn't escape the memories of the sons she had abandoned. Years passed, and Samuel and Elizabeth grew up and left the village to pursue their own lives. Eleanor was left alone, her once beautiful home now cold and silent. She often talked about Thomas, wondering where he was and what had become of him. The weight of her decision hung over her like a dark cloud, and she longed for a chance to make things right. One day, Eleanor decided that she couldn't live with the guilt any longer. She packed a small bag and set out for the city, determined to find Thomas and ask for his forgiveness. She had no idea where to start, but she knew she had to try. Places. It's never too late to seek redemption and to open your heart to the possibility of a new beginning. After days of searching, she found herself in a quiet neighborhood on the edge of the city. As she walked down the street, she noticed a grand house with a well-kept garden. Something about the house drew her in, and she felt compelled to approach it. She walked up to the front door and hesitated for a moment before knocking. A few moments later, the door opened, and there stood Thomas. He was now a young man, tall and handsome, with the same kind eyes she remembered from his childhood. Eleanor's heart skipped a beat. She could hardly believe it was him. "Thomas," she whispered, her voice trembling. Thomas stared at her, shocked. He hadn't seen his mother in so many years, and the sight of her standing on his doorstep brought a flood of emotions. He didn't know what to say. "I'm so sorry," Eleanor said, tears welling up in her eyes. "I was wrong. I was so wrong. I've talked about you every day, and I can't forgive myself for what I did. Please, please forgive me." Thomas looked at his mother, seeing the pain and regret in her eyes. Despite everything she had done, he felt a pang of sympathy for her. The years had changed him, and he was no longer the scared little boy she had left behind. He was now a man who had known love, kindness, and the warmth of a true family. Thomas took a deep breath and nodded. "I forgive you, mother," he said softly. but you must understand that I have a new life now. The Danevens have been more than parents to me. They gave me everything I needed when you called me. Eleanor nodded, tears streaming down her face. I understand, she said. I'm just grateful that you're safe and happy. That's all I ever wanted, even if I didn't know how to show it. With those words, a weight lifted from Eleanor's heart. She knew that she could never undo the past, but she was thankful for the chance to make amends. Thomas invited her inside, and for the first time in years, they talked, really talked. They spoke about the pain they had both endured, the lives they had lived apart, and the possibility of a new beginning. In the years that followed, Eleanor became a part of Thomas' life again, though in a different way. She accepted that the Danevens were his true family now, but she was content to be a part of his world, even if only on the fringes. Over time, the wounds of the past began to heal, and Eleanor found peace in the knowledge that her son was happy and loved. As for Thomas, he continued to thrive under the Danevens' care, knowing that he had been given a second chance at life. He forgave his mother, not just for her sake, but for his own. He understood that forgiveness was the key to moving forward, to embracing the love and joy that had come into his life. And so, Eleanor, Thomas, and the Danevens lived out their days in a delicate balance of past and present, of old wounds and new beginnings. The journey had been long and painful, but in the end, it had led them to a place of understanding, love, and redemption. Moral: forgiveness has the power to heal even the deepest wounds, and love can be